Hello dear students, welcome to Bosco Campusation YouTube channel of Kottayam Don Bosco College. I am Ranier, faculty member of PG Department of English. This time I am here with the paper European Fiction, which is the elective paper for MA Semester 3 students under Kerala University. In this series, I am discussing historical as well as literary background of Europe. We had already covered 9 major literary ages. So, right from Dark Ages to modernism. In this class, we are discussing the features of postmodern age. So, this postmodern age, actually we are all living in postmodern age. It is our contemporary age. So, it begins in the middle of 20th century. This period witnessed a lot of wars like Cold War, Korean War, Vietnam War, etc. And it is the period that is marked as the post-Second World War period. Okay, that means Second World War begins from 1939 and it ends in 1945. Okay, so in this period of war and peace, many colonized nations got independence. And in this postmodern world, global population has increased. It was steadily increased, and globalization was also is one of the notable features of postmodern world. And today in this time we are all living in the stage of capitalism. Postmodern age has different names like atomic age, computer age, technological age, information age, or digital age. And it is in this postmodern age, interdisciplinary studies are encouraged. Post-structuralism, one of the key features of postmodernism. It arose during this time, and it was the major thought of postmodern world. Actually, post-structuralism is a thought that recognizes no certainty or determinacy in anything subject to human structuring. This postmodernism refers not only to an aesthetic style but a critical practice and a crucial situation, but also to an economic condition and a political attitude, among other things. And when we discuss the literary features of postmodernism, we can see that it is the result of postmodern literary works are the result of remodeling. Many of them are remotivated, rewritten, reframed, or recaptured. It involves appropriation, displacement, quotation, and intertextuality. So, most of all postmodern works are remodeled. That is why it involves intertextuality, displacement, quotations, etc. So we can't find any definite structure in postmodern works. And some postmodern works are parodies. That is another specialty of postmodern works. So actually I already told you it is based on remodeling. So most of them are remodeled works. That is why it is also parodies. Then, it intended to appeal mass culture and general public. That is why it doesn't follow any particular style or any particular literary genres. So, it is appealing to general public. And many of the postmodern works are hybrid in nature. Sometimes by combining different genres, structures, styles, or tone. Okay, so by combining different genres or styles, the writers or literary figures produce their literary output. Then another specialty is literary works or literary artists use collage, montage, or pastiche, and some pieces of meta literature. So some literary works, it is meta narratives. Okay, so meta fiction within a fiction, meta story within a story. So meta narrative. Some of the literary works are meta narrative during the postmodern age. Then it also contains post-structuralist thought of indeterminacy. Okay, so there is something that is indeterminate. So there contains, the literary work contain the element of indeterminacy, that is post-structural, post-structuralism. And it also contains sympathy for feminism, the minorities, and also colonized people. As I mentioned, postmodern works are intended to general public. So that is why the writers need public attention. That is why they select the themes from feminism, minorities, or colonized people. Then another thing is, postmodernists wish for a total democratization of the whole world. So it is during this time, it is during the time of postmodern age, many colonized nation got independence. So this postmodern writers also focused on such kind of writing. Postmodernists wish for the total democratization of the whole world. Now let's check some of the literary features or some of the isms. So some isms we have already discussed in the modern age, and here we are continuing that. So postmodern isms. So as in modern period, in the postmodern period also we witness certain isms in literature. The first one we are discussing is new criticism. So as I mentioned, it is a literary trend that evolved during the time of modernism and also in postmodernism. So it is overlapped. New criticism is actually a study of literature used by American critics. It was flourished in 1930s. The prominent critics who employed this new criticism were Richard Blackmore, Clint Brooks, T.S. Eliot, William Empson, I.A. Richard, Alan Tate, etc. This new criticism emphasized the importance of looking for the meaning of a literary text in the text itself. That means, so their new critics, they search for the meaning of the literary text within the context of the text itself. That is new criticism. So it is a postmodern literary movement that flourished in 1930s. It was introduced by American critics. New critics spoke about irony, paradox, ambiguity, or the language of tension. Another movement which evolved during the postmodern time was feminism. From the name itself, we can understand that it is for some particular gender. So feminism, it is for females. It was a literary movement seen in modern as well as postmodern literary works. This movement for the equality of sexes, it was originated in France. The term feminism points out the intense awareness of identity as a woman. This movement calls out for the rights of women. So that is why I had mentioned feminism. It is for the rights of women. Feminism focuses on social and psychological disorders, women's suffering from social distance, women's oppression, differential treatment of girls and boys, male sexual fantasy, anthropological studies of women, etc. So, feminist literature, the theme of feminist literature revolved around the oppression of women, then different treatment of male and female. So actually there were the time prevailed in at that time there was a system like differently treated, male and females are differently treated. So then women's oppression, then different treatment of girls and boys, male sexuality, anthropological studies of women, etc. So these were the major themes discussed in the feminist literature. And important feminists during that time was Helen Sixtus, Margaret Atwood, Mary Wollstonecraft, Virginia Woolf, etc. Another important movement was formalism. It was a literary movement seen in modern and postmodern work. This theory originated in Moscow and St. Petersburg. It focuses on the formal pattern and devices of literature to the exclusion of its subject matter and social values. So formalism Formalism focuses on the formal matters or formal pattern and devices of literature. So simply we can say that formalism focuses on the formal patterns and devices of literature. This formalism was devoted itself to the study of literariness. That means the sum of devices that distinguished literary language from ordinary language. Formalism. So what make a literary piece special? So what are the changes we can see in the language of literature from when compared to this ordinary language? So in our colloquial language, we used one form of language, and when it reaches in the literary piece, we use another type of language. So that is a specialty. Formalism discusses all this difference. The major representatives of formalism were Victor Shklovsky, Roman Jakobson, etc. Another important movement, and we can't say it is a movement, it's a type of fiction, that is magic realism. Magic realism. So fantastical element, definitely fantastical plus realistic element is present in the magic realism. So it is a type of modern fiction. It includes fabulous and fantastical events in a narrative style. This term, magic realism, it was applied to a trend in German fiction in the 1950s. So 1915, post-World War. So post-World War, that means postmodernism begins in the 1950s. At that time in Germany, a special kind of fiction arose. So that fiction contains magical and plus at the same time realistic elements. Hence the term is given magic realism. And this is mainly employed by writers like Elijah Carpenter and Gabriel Garcia Marquez. Günter Grass's Children, Milan Kundera's The Book of Laughter and Forgetting, Salman Rushdie's The Midnight Children and Satanic Verses are examples of magic realistic fiction. Another important postmodern theory of body of an academic writing is queer studies. It was based on the gay and lesbian literature in 1970s. This has attempted to redefine and destabilize categories of sexuality in the light of post-structuralist theory. So there was a general belief that only two genders are dominant, that is men and women or male and female. But with the advancement of this particular theory, the right of the lesbians or gays were also introduced. This theory was rooted in the lesbian and gay activism of the 1970s. The study of issues relating to sexual orientation and gender identity, usually focusing on lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender, asexual, queer, intersex people and cultures. Judith Butler's Gender Trouble is the key text of this particular school. Okay, dear students, with this today I am concluding. Please do the homework and send me back through WhatsApp. Thank you. Have a nice time.